How's it going, everybody? It's your boy French Cooking. Welcome back to the channel, and this is Make Beats for Free on MPC. Today's free VST is called Cozy Piano by SampleScience. Yes, this is my second SampleScience video in a row. Yes, I'm glazing the company. What can I say, man? They make good plugins. They can have my whole mouth, and my mouth hole, and my bussy too. Why not? Anyway, this is a great little piano. I'm thinking of maybe like a soulful hip-hop J. Cole type of beat with this VST. I don't know. Let's see where it takes us. Okay, so this is the piano right here. This is what it sounds like. So let's not try to overthink it. It's a piano. I'm just going to lay down some chords. I'm going to work in C minor because that's the scale that I'm most comfortable with. And then once I have my chords down, we could transpose it from there. So I'm going to start by laying down my bass notes, which is going to act as my foundation. So I'm just going to start the root note of C. Put that there. Maybe turn down the velocity. So let's go C, G. Okay, go down to 1 in the scale. And I'm going to go back up to G sharp. Okay, and now I'm going to build my chords from there. Not bad so far, but I'm going to turn it into an 8-bar loop. Before I forget, I'm going to bring those bass notes down a couple octaves, and then I'm going to build my top line. I could start transposing it here as well. Okay, so I like the way that it sounds when it's transposed by +1. So that means that we're going to be working in C sharp minor. We can brighten that up a little bit. This is my favorite reverb lately. It's called epicCLOUDS, and I'm using the medium reverb called Score in Stage B. And then you know the drill. I'm cutting out a little bit of the low end to get rid of that muddiness and to make a little bit more room for the bass, but nothing too crazy. And then I took out these frequencies because I didn't think they sounded good on this piano, but otherwise, I mean, it sounds pretty great. I went ahead and laid down some pretty basic but soulful and clean drums, and I want to make a couple notes about them. First one is that on this hi-hat, let me just solo it, I actually put a delay sync on it, so it's going to give it that shaker effect. Actually, I'm going to mute the piano first. Without delay, kind of dry and boring, but once you add the delay, you know, it's got that cool shaker. The second thing is on my snare, I have very faint snare accents here and there, almost like the drummer is like tucking the snare into bed before it makes sweet, tender love to it, doggy style. Sorry. Now to layer on top of that snare, I have this rim. And if you go into wave, you can notice that the transient is already sort of delayed, which means I won't have to offset it off the grid manually to give it more of like a natural feel on top of the snare. So without the rim, now with. And finally here on the bottom, I have my kick. And as you can see in Program Edit, I layered it in here with another kick, right? Because I like the attack of this one, but I needed a little bit more low end, so I added this one here. Let me turn this all the way down to 0. And now with the second kick layered, I don't know if you can pick it up, but there is a little bit more low end. So now with the piano, I'm dying to add a bass to this thing, so let's do that next. To make it extra soulful, you gotta have those guitar riffs. So I have and I'm just gonna sprinkle them around as I see fit. While I was looking for guitar riffs, I found this one shot as well, and just to add a little bit of emotion to the beat. It would be downright disrespectful to make a J. Cole beat without strings, so you know what it is. Labs by Spitfire Audio, expressive strings, probably my favorite strings in here. And yeah, I'm just gonna feel the emotion in my veins and in my kham. This is my final pattern for the string to make it sound even more orchestral and full of life. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select all and I'm going to make one octave copy up. And I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm going to make one octave copy down. Like this. So now if we solo the strings, just a couple finishing touches. I created 2 audio tracks, and for the first one I added a choir that I'm going to bring in at some point in the verse. The name of the sample clearly says D minor, so don't forget to pitch it down to the key of your beat. And then the second audio clip, I love adding little vocal sample chops from, you know, older hip hop songs, especially when I'm making boom bap or hip hop type of beats.
Mad malicious, cause it's real on this phone, the bitches.
And to get it sounding cool and unique like that, I have reverb, Echo Boy Jr., which is delay. I have a phaser on it. And then usually you like to cut out a lot of the lows and the highs to really isolate that vocal. Not much else to it, quick little hip hop beat. Oh my god, it's snowing. Well, I guess I got plenty of time to stay inside and arrange this beat, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back next week with another episode. Until then, keep producing, baby.